guys, welcome to my first video. Super excited, super nervous, but here we are. You guys mostly requested a contour and highlight video, so that's what I'm gonna do first. I think first I'm gonna go over some products that are really good for highlighting and contouring and good for beginners and some of the brushes that I use, and then we'll go from there. So, honestly, my favorite bronzer is this one, Hoola by Benefit. I feel like a lot of you guys can agree with that. The cool thing about this is it seems a little dark, but it's not. It's really natural, and they also have a Hoola light. So if you're new to contouring and you feel like this might be a little too much, go get the light one, which is awesome. Especially for people who are super pale like me, but I still use the regular one. That one's my favorite, and honestly for a beginner, I would go get this one. It's affordable, lasts a while. It's one of my faves. Another one I like, which is more of a matte, cooler bronzer. Also good for people who are a little on the fair side. You definitely want, with contouring, a cooler bronzer. You don't want something too warm or it's just gonna look crazy, especially in the wintertime. So this is another good one, Tarte. It's the Park Ave Princess. I obviously need a new one, see? But this is also a really good one. Actually, I haven't used this one in a while, but it's a good one. And if you really want to step your game up in the contour world, this, so dirty, sorry, by Kat Von D, her Shade and Light palette is amazing. And the good thing about this is it comes with some lighter shades and some deeper shades. This is the, I'm pretty sure she has, is this the only one? I think she has a deeper one too. Not sure though. But this is for lighter skin tones. Honestly, I don't even think I've ever used this really dark one, unless maybe it's summertime and I'm a little bit tanner, but this shade in the middle is amazing. Actually, both of these are really nice for highlighting under the eye. So if you want to, you know, step your game up in the contour world, this is a good one to have. Anastasia also has a really good contour palette, which I don't have on me. I think it might be in my wedding kit. So those are some really good bronzers to use. I really want to try the Marc Jacobs one. I heard that one's really good, so that's next on my list. So for contouring, brush-wise, there's a few different brushes I like. This one, depending on what you're going for. So I'll show you these. Yeah. So for my everyday kind of thing when I'm in a rush and late for work, I like the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe from her collection. This big fluffy brush. It took me a little bit to get used to this brush because it's bigger. So when I first used it, I had like this big chunk of contour and I was like, this is not working. But I've come to like learn how to use it and work it. So this is a really good one for like on the go. You're just trying to kind of have more of a daytime look. The other one I use the most is this one. It's a MAC brush. It's the 127 contour brush. It also has this side. So one side is for powder and one side, let's get you to focus there, and the other side is for cream contour, which cream contour would have to be a whole nother video. I don't really do it that much, but if you guys want to know, I could do a video on that. But so this one I use the most because it gives me the most precision. And if I'm really going out and I want a nice contour, this is also a really good brush, the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH05. It's kind of like a nice little dome, and that can like really get like in there and really nice to buff out. Oh, sorry guys, the sun is now coming in, so it's not my friend today. All right, so highlight wise, if you want to highlight and contour, you want to have your under eye a little bit lighter than your face foundation. Some people don't like that, which is fine. So if you don't want that brighter eye, under eye, or that lighter look under your eye, then just stick with a concealer that's the same shade as your foundation. But honestly, even just going a shade lighter or two makes all the difference. I obviously use Shape Tape by Tarte. It's the best. Nothing really compares to it. I think the coverage is amazing. You can go very light, you can go very dramatic with it. It can be full coverage, it can be light coverage, whatever you want. I am gonna start playing around with some other concealers. I actually do like the Kim Kardashian one, the KKW. It's pretty good. I really want to try, because I use Born This Way foundation, so I really want to try their concealer. I heard that one's really good. Get you to focus here. Born This Way foundation. Shit. If you haven't used it, go use it. I'm almost empty. So as far as highlight, you really want to have that concealer a shade or two lighter than your foundation, so that it kind of creates that light and dark effect with concealers, and you want to set them. I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set with. I personally like a translucent powder. I'm not one to really use something that has coverage. I think that it just looks cakey on me, but if you do want something with coverage, go with like a MAC Mineral Skin Finish. They're very smooth, they're very light coverage if you want something a little extra, but honestly I think going with a translucent powder is the way to go. All it does is set the concealer and it doesn't add any coverage, so you won't ever feel like you have too much makeup on. I also really like the RCMA setting powder. It's a good one. I really want to try the Hourglass one. I just haven't bit the bullet on it yet because it's like $50, but it's supposed to be really good. So, all right, I think we'll just stick with that for now, and then I'll show you how to apply it, and then we'll go into like highlighters, like actual, like, you know, pretty highlighters, because not everyone uses them. Some people do, so we'll save that for last. So I'm gonna go with my Hoola today. It's normally what I use, so I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna use my MAC brush. So first, you really just want to get it in there a little bit, tap it off, and you really, like, you can kind of see on me, like right here is where I want to do it. You can kind of see already that hollow a little bit. Sometimes, you know, you can make funny faces, like, and see that, but really, you're just gonna get it on there, and it's gonna look super crazy. Tap off any excess, and then you're just gonna, I should probably take my earrings off. You're gonna, like, you really don't want to go down. Don't buff it down, buff up. So, can you guys see that? Like, just always buffing up, very light-handed. Don't sit there and like drag it around. Don't ever go down. You want this to be light. Don't ever drag the color down. Again, if this is too dark for you, go get the Hoola Light. So then we do the same thing with the other side. These freaking earrings. Alright, so there we have our contour on both sides. So I also like to contour my forehead. If you have a really small forehead, I would go very lightly on this because you don't want to make it seem smaller, because we know that contouring like makes things look smaller or sunken in or not there, as it gives that appearance. So if you have a small forehead, wouldn't go too crazy with this part, but if you have a big forehead, you can go a little crazy with this. But I'm kind of like pretty normal size forehead. So I just kind of keep it, let me zoom in again for you guys, just around my hairline. And why does this keep getting dark? And I just drag it down. Same on this side. don't go over the temples. Leave the temples. So yeah, see how much like already, like look how bright this looks and like how taken in this looks. And also, since I've gained a few pounds, I like to do my chin and my jawline. This I do very lightly. I just kind of get it on there. Like that. Nothing too crazy with that. Yeah, so that really is, it's super easy, guys. Like, you know you guys can do it. It just takes a little practice and seeing what looks good on you. And having the right tools. Honestly, go get the Hoola. Go get yourself a good brush. Again, this is the MAC 127 brush. It's good for powder contours or cream contours, so it's a good one. So I'm gonna put blush on too because I want to show you guys how that kind of plays in. So there's a bunch of different blushes that I love. Honestly, it's your preference. For a while, I was stuck on the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collection. This, obviously, I've used it. Blush, it's called Amaretto. I love the Pamplemousse one too, and the fun thing about Pamplemousse, that's how you say grapefruit in French. I learned that from this palette. But lately, you know, since it's winter out, it's a little drier, I still want to look glowy because that's just how I am. I have been using this for blush, which is actually Too Faced. It's called the Pink Leopard Brightening Bronzer. And a long time ago when I didn't know how to do makeup, I was putting this all over my face. So God only knows what I looked like. But this is what it looks like. And lately I've been using it as a blush. Because it's nice and shimmery and it has bronze and it has gold and it has pink and it's amazing. So I'm gonna put that on. And Jaclyn Hill also came out with this amazing brush. It is the JH06 and it is like, I mean, it's like super soft, not dense at all, and it just puts blush on like no other. Like so soft, so subtle, I love it. But I'm a big blush person, so if you don't like a lot of blush, this is also a good brush for you because you can just put a little bit on and go like this, but I love blush, so I go a little crazy. Tap that off. And then just on the apples of my cheeks, you can kind of make funny faces again to, you know, make sure you're getting in the right spot. I really just focus on the apples and I kind of just sweep it up a little bit. And again, I like a lot of blush, so you don't have to go this crazy if you don't like blush. But sometimes, like I said, when I'm in a rush and I use that bigger contour brush like this one, I will literally just use this as, you know, bronzer, and then I won't even use a blush. I'll just use this kind of all over my face and then do a highlight. But this is like what I do every day. This is my everyday makeup look. See how pretty that is? Look at that. Also, another thing with shimmers, if you have, there's my dog right there, if you can see him. Say hi. So, can you get up? What shimmer does is it accentuates things. So if you have any kind of acne or bumps or anything, it's going to accentuate that. So if you have things you want to hide in your face, shimmer may not be the way to go. Like when I do weddings and I do like the mother of the bride or the grandmother, like I very rarely put anything shimmery on them because it's just going to accentuate fine lines and things, and they're not going to like that. So stay away from shimmers if, you know, you don't want your texture of your skin accentuated. But that's why we get facials. Everyone go see my girl Jess at Pixie if you're in the Albany area. She gives amazing facials, and the more you take care of your skin, the better your makeup's gonna look. So let's talk about highlighters, which is my favorite part. I also wanted to mention really quick that I did use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation today and the Tatcha primer, which was so silly of me to try because now I'm fully addicted to it, and I feel like my makeup looks like crap without it. It is pricey, but it comes in like this little thing, and it also comes with a disc that you can scoop it out with, or you can put it on hover, but it lasts a while. Like I think my last one lasted me like 3 months or something, so it is pricey, but honestly, like I feel like with it you can't even see a single pore on my face. It's just, there's nothing like it. Okay, anyways, so highlighters. This is a good one, which I found while buying Benefit Hoola. It's also by Benefit, and it is called Dandelion, and it is, I think they have a dandelion blush too, which I want to try, but it's this beautiful pink shimmer. I mean, it's just amazing. I'm so glad I stumbled upon it because I pretty much wear it every day. Also, back to the Jaclyn Hill and Becca palette. Amazing highlighters. I'm a huge, ow, I already broke one of my nails. I'm a huge Becca fan. I'm already out of Champagne Pop. So sad I have a little bit in there. I really need to go buy more. This is also a really good shade, which, what is that called? That's Prosecco Pop. That's a good one. So these I love. Becca really has some of the best highlighters. They're just creamy and beautiful and wonderful. So I also was at Sephora around Christmas time looking for highlighters, and I really wanted a new Becca one, but I didn't know what to get, and like they're not cheap, so I couldn't sit there and buy 3 full-size ones because they're like 40 bucks sometimes. So I found, which I got super excited about, was this these little Becca ones. They came with 4 for $40. I mean, that's an amazing price, and you don't use highlighter that much, so they're gonna last you a while. So it came with, there are like 4 most popular ones, and this is the Prismatic Amethyst, which is like an iridescent pinky. I don't use this one a lot. I think it's like really light, but I don't know. I think I need to play around with it a little bit. Opal, which is my favorite. Beautiful gold. They're just amazing. I mean, like, I'm gonna show you how I put them on, but like they're just gorgeous. Look at it right there. Yeah. It also came with Rose Quartz, which is my other favorite in here. It's again that beautiful champagne pink. Amazing. And Vanilla Quartz, which I honestly don't use that much either because it kind of has a yellowy tone and it just doesn't really look good on my skin tone. But again, 4 of these little things for $40, and they're gonna last you a while. I don't know if they still have this out there, but I was super excited because now I know which ones that I really like, and I can go buy a full one when I'm out. All right, so before I put my highlighter on, I grabbed my handy dandy Morphe setting spray. If you guys have not tried this yet, you need to go. I mean, I think it's $16. I'll have to check on that for you. I'm not sure. But it is probably one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. I love it because it's more of a mist on your face, where I also love the Urban Decay All Nighter, which is like, or Stay All Night, or yeah, All Nighter. If I'm going out, like if I need it to stay, or if it's hot out and you want it to last all day, like that's a good one. But this one is a game changer. It's super affordable. It's super beautiful on the face. You can even use it like by the end of the day if you need to like stop home after work, but you need to go out for drinks after, spray it on your face again. Beauty blender that's wet, and just kind of press your makeup just to refresh it. And I'm not kidding, it's the best. So, oh wait, first also let me tell you that for applying my highlighter, I use the Jaclyn Hill. I know you guys probably like Jaclyn Hill, but her stuff's good. JH09. It's like a fluffy dome brush. It kind of looks like a brush. I know, look at all the highlighter coming out of it. It's almost like a big brush that you would use like in the crease for eyeshadow, but it's just bigger and like super fluffy. So you can just kind of like, you know, softly get it on there. But to make my, so again, I like highlight, like I like to be extra, and I like my highlight to be blinding. So you don't have to do this, but I just think it looks amazing. I spray my face with this first, and I do this before putting mascara on. You should always set your face with setting spray before you put your mascara on, because I've done it before where I've put it on with mascara and opened my eyes and my mascara is like down here now because you just got it wet with your setting spray. So always put your setting spray on before your mascara. So I take this and I literally coat my face. Like this one is such a light mist that you could just stand here and keep spraying it. Then I'm gonna use rose quartz, I think. So then while my face is still damp from that, I take, where am I here? I take that and I just put it on while my face is still wet. And you just want your highlighter right above your blush. That's it. Do it on this side. I mean, it's just, and it just makes it look like not as powdery and more just creamy. Like, look at that, it's so pretty. I love this highlighter. Yes, look at that. But I'm extra, so if you don't want this much highlight, that's okay. But I also like to highlight my nose a little bit, just right on the tip. I highlight right here, because if you're gonna put like lipstick on, make your lips look bigger. More highlighted, and that's about it. So yeah, that's what I pretty much do every day. Again, if I'm going out, I'll probably use a little bit of a smaller brush for my contouring just to give it a little bit extra. I'll go a little more with the blush. But I think I went over. You can also use MAC Fix Plus to spray your face before putting the highlight on. You could even spray your brush in there, your wet brush, and then put it on too. Like, that's another way. I don't know. I just like how it looks when your face is wet before you put it on. Oh, one more thing. This I was trying all different KK Beauty things, and I got her whole concealer kit, and it came with this brightening powder. It's a brightening under eye powder, so it looks like this. It was a little scary at first. I didn't really know what I was doing, but sometimes if I want my under eye to be a little brighter, I take this brush. It's like it's an under eye powder brush. Best brush you should have to put your setting powder on and get it in there. I tap off the extra, and I kind of just put it here and drag it down a little bit. Oh yeah, I mean, you can kind of see the difference. This is way brighter. And it kind of creates like a gradient effect. So it just like makes everything like super seamless. I don't always do that, only if I'm feeling extra tired. So also I want to tell you guys, if you ever feel like you put way too much blush on or way too much contour, take your big fluffy brush for your setting powder, and you can put a bunch of setting powder on and just buff it out. Sometimes I even do this at the end, you know, just to make sure everything blends together and looks nice. But again, if you can put a bunch of setting powder on this, like say, you know, I brought the contour down too much, and I could just like buff it out, make sure. That'll like, setting powder kind of like takes away stuff, so. And obviously I would put mascara on and I don't really wear eyeshadow every day, but so yeah, it would just be mascara, but. So yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. I hope that was like helpful, you know, I know it's hard to do when you're just watching a video, but I really want to get some more videos out for you guys. With anything you need help with, please leave comments on these videos so I know what you guys are looking for. I'm really here. I just want to help you guys. Like, when people say to me, oh, I could never do that, I'm like, yes, you can. You can do it. You can do it. You just have to practice. And I just want everyone to feel like they can go out, get some makeup, and do it themselves, you know, because everyone wants to put makeup on and get glammed up and feel beautiful. So, and I just want you guys to be able to do it yourself. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was really fun. I'm hopefully gonna get up some more videos. I want to do another eyebrow one that's not just a minute long for Instagram, and I have a whole list of things. So I also do hair, so if you have any hair questions, just let me know. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. I was just watching the footage back and realized I had a huge contour line on my jaw, so always make sure you look in the mirror before you leave the house. But just take your fluffy brush, buff anything out. Again, so I like to go at the end and just buff anything